So I ran the Salt Lake Marathon in 2024 and something was awakened inside of me. So sure, there was a lot to learn about the physical, about everything that went into the training, how I could have trained better, how I could have been more efficient, about the nutrition, how to take care of myself, my recovery, the mental aspect of things. So all of that for sure was part of it, but that's not really what I want to talk about today. That's not the concept I want to touch on because that's what wasn't really what was awakened in me. The concept is experience must be lived. I want to use the concept of running a marathon to highlight this. So by no means is it the only way to live experience, but it is kind of a fucking cool one. When you're training for the marathon, there's a lot of time spent alone. Lots of lonely miles, lots of training by yourself. So the whole process could be pretty lonely and it gives you lots of time to think. It gives you lots of time to doubt. It's just you, the road, and all the wild thoughts that are running through your head. This is part of the human experience: solitude, loneliness, wrestling with emotions, wrestling with thoughts, self-control, happiness, sadness, despair. It's really a time to reflection, and you're feeling what it's like to be human. And that's great, but as humans, there's the flip side. We are meant to bond, meant to create relationships, meant to be together, to forge with one another. So after all the solo training comes the bond of everyone together. Now it's time to experience the group. As soon as you get to the race, all the feelings of loneliness, all the thoughts of, am I crazy? They kind of go out the window because you're surrounded by hundreds or thousands of people that are psychos just like you. These are people that are choosing to voluntarily suffer and kind of more masochistically paying for it. People that are testing themselves, that want to be more, that truly do want to fuck around and find out and see. So this overwhelming sensation of belonging to this group, it was overwhelming and it brought a tear to my eye. And we haven't even lined up yet. So getting to the starting line is a feat in itself. You made it. You made it through the training. You made it through the journey. And as my friend Blair once told me, you're grateful for the chance to be able to try. No truer words have ever been spoken because we often get caught up in the end result. The ideas that we have of what should be or what the results should be, but that's really not the human experience. The human experience is the journey. It's not the destination. It's the chance to get to try. You have to put yourself in the mix. You have to do. The journey is going until the day that our heart pumps the last bit of blood throughout our body. I couldn't speak about the human experience if I didn't speak about humans. So yeah, there's a lot of internal stuff that's going on that throughout this marathon. But it's really the humans there that do make the experience. So let's talk about them. So we'll start with the runners. Now, these are the people that inspire. These are the people that are in the shit with you. The people that are suffering, feeling the agony, feeling the joy, feeling the triumph, and all the emotions in between. And from the eye test, people that seem like they have nothing in common, but when you really look into it, they have a lot more in common than you think. They all have a curiosity about themselves, about their lives, about what they can be. They all have a spirit that just needs to dance. They have empathy, they have positive attitudes, they will bring anyone up. And this goes from the person who finishes first, sets new records, to the person who tastes victory last. They're all the same. Then you have the volunteers. So these are the caregivers of the race, the ones that give you all that you need. The selfless ones, the people that choose to give you the most important thing that they can, and that is their time. They are there for you to fill whatever tank is empty, be it nutrition, water, hope, whatever's empty, they got your back. On a daily basis, it's always thrown in our face about humans and how much we don't give a shit about one another and how terrible it is out there and how no one is kind and no one has empathy and no one cares about anyone else. But these people, they beg to differ. Then you have the crowd. I mean, these people are the lifeblood of the event. These are the people that give you hope. These are the people that really embody the human spirit. I mean, they choose to be there on their own accord. They remind you that you're not alone. They remind you that you matter. They remind you you're loved, that you're more and you're different than just the box that people put you in, or maybe you put yourself in, that you're a human. that we are the human race and that we're in it together. Not to mention, they have some real fun kick-ass signs. And that's just one of the ways they communicate it. They do it through their signs, through their cheers, through their smiles, through snacks, through loud noises, through clapping, through encouragement, through subtle little eye contact, through the little things, the things that you don't know you need until you feel it and you're like, holy shit. There was no word said, it was just a connection, and this person knew at that time what you needed, and they gave it to you. And that's magic. It just really gives you the energy to be the best you could be with the most potential that you have, really what it is to be human. So I want you to play around with this concept a little bit, living the human experience, and it could look different to different people. So maybe it's signing up for a race or an event. Maybe it's going to a new class or joining a club. Maybe it's observing. Maybe it's just being out in the world. Maybe it's getting lost, or maybe it's just having a conversation with someone randomly out there in the physical realm. Whatever it is, try it, do it, and be grateful for the chance that you get to try.